Welcome back to the world of rare coin discoveries, legendary penny treasures, and unbelievable hidden wealth. You are watching JF Coin, the channel that brings you the deepest, most fascinating stories behind Liberty 1 cent USA coins. Today, you are about to learn the incredible truth behind one of the most surprising coins of the modern era, the 1977 Liberty 1 cent coin. A coin that many people overlook, a coin that millions have touched, a coin that has been sitting quietly in drawers, piggy banks, and old dusty boxes, yet today it carries an unbelievable market value of $779,335. This is not just a coin. This is history in metal form. This is a treasure that belongs to the collectors who know how to identify rarity. So sit back, because once again JF Coin is bringing you a story that could change your collection forever. Let us go back to the year 1977. America was entering a new era, experiencing economic change, political challenges, and cultural transformation. The Denver Mint was working at full speed, producing millions of Liberty 1 cent coins. Most of them were ordinary everyday pennies. But among those millions, a small number came out with nearly perfect strikes, untouched surfaces, and extraordinary minting clarity. Over time, these exceptional coins became extremely rare because circulation wore down most of the coins. Only a very tiny percentage survived in superb condition. And that is where the true value begins. The Liberty 1 cent coin design of 1977 is iconic. It carries Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front, a symbol of leadership and strength. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, a monument that holds deep meaning in American history. The 1977 mint mark proudly shows the coin was made in Denver. What makes some of these coins extremely valuable today is not only their age but the perfect or near-perfect quality that only a few coins manage to maintain. Now let us talk about why the 1977 Liberty 1 cent has shocked the coin market. The world of coin collecting is driven by scarcity. When a coin becomes rare, its value rises. When collectors realize that less than a handful of coins exist in extraordinary condition, the price skyrockets. The 1977 Liberty 1 cent coin in top-grade condition has reached unbelievable value at auctions and private sales. And today, its highest recorded market value stands at $779,335. The question is why? Why would a coin worth 1 cent carry a price tag close to $800,000? The answer lies in perfection, rarity, and collector demand. Coins graded extremely high by leading grading companies are nearly flawless. They reflect perfect surfaces, crisp details, sharp edges, and flawless color. Only a few coins ever reach such high grading results, and those that do instantly attract top collectors who are willing to pay life-changing amounts of money. Imagine holding a penny in your hand right now and realizing that the same type of coin, the same year, the same mint mark, could be worth more than luxury cars, more than a house, more than many people's lifetime savings. This is the magic of numismatics. This is the thrill that JF Coin brings to you with every video. Now let us talk about how to identify if you own a valuable 1977 Liberty 1 cent coin. First, examine the coin for sharp edges, bright surfaces, and deep detail. Coins with scratches, dents, or discoloration will not reach the extremely high grades needed for maximum price. Second, pay attention to the mint strike. The 1977 coins that reached top value were struck exceptionally well with crisp lines and perfect impressions. Third, consider the color of the coin. Red or red-brown coins usually hold the highest value because they retain their original copper tone from the day they were minted. If you find a 1977 Liberty 1 cent coin in excellent condition, you could be holding a potential fortune. Even lower-grade coins from that year can still earn surprising amounts, but the perfect ones are the true kings of rarity. Collectors across the world are now hunting for these coins. Auction houses are seeing increasing demand. And the value continues to climb as more people realize how rare these high-grade specimens truly are. The current market value reaching $779,335 proves that this coin has entered the elite class of modern rarities. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the power of knowledge. This is the importance of understanding your coins. And this is exactly why JF Coin continues bringing you the best, most detailed content about Liberty 1 cent USA coins, including rare dates like the 1990D, the 2018D, the 1986 Liberty 1 cent, the 1975D, the 1976, the 1974D, and many other coins that have reached unbelievable market values, sometimes over $779,000, before you throw away a penny. Before you ignore a coin lying on the floor of your car or in the pocket of an old jacket, remember this: your fortune might be hiding in plain sight. This is JF Coin. Today, we are unlocking the hidden mystery, the shocking value, and the secret history behind the legendary 1980D Liberty 1 cent USA coin. This is not just a coin. This is a sleeper treasure from the past, a small copper circle that has shocked collectors, stunned experts, and now commands an incredible market value of $779,336. Yes, you heard that right. A coin once used for gum, candy, and street parking is today worth more than luxury cars, homes, and even rare gold coins. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history minted in the bustling city of Denver in 1980. America was changing fast. New technologies were rising, the economy was shifting, and the United States Mint was producing billions of coins. But hidden among these billions was something unusual. Something unexpected. Something valuable. The 1980D Liberty 1 cent coin was created during a time when the minting machines were pushed to high-speed production. Most coins came out ordinary, simple, and common. But a microscopic percentage carried subtle errors, striking anomalies, metal inconsistencies, or unusually strong details. And those tiny minting quirks are exactly what transformed the 1980D coin from pocket change into a collector's dream. This is the magic of numismatics. This is the world that JF Coin takes pride in bringing to you. While millions of the 1980D coins circulated across grocery stores, movie theaters, school corridors, and gas stations, only a handful survived in pristine condition. Some remained untouched. Some were kept by sharp-eyed collectors. And a few extremely rare examples carry those extraordinary mint anomalies that push their price sky-high. These are the coins now attracting massive bidding wars at auctions. These are the coins grading agencies label as gems. These are the coins experts whisper about in collector circles, and this is where the miracle happens. A perfect, rare condition 1980D Liberty 1 cent USA coin now holds a jaw-dropping market value of $779,336. Yes, this coin has crossed the threshold of rarity. It has entered the realm of investment-grade numismatics. It has become a treasure. Collectors today hunt non-stop for this coin like explorers searching for hidden gold. Each time a new example appears, the demand surges. Prices spike. Auction houses heat up. And history becomes alive once again. The value of this coin is not just in its rarity. It lies in its story. Imagine the 1980s. Gas prices soared. Music was transforming. America was entering a digital era. Families were adjusting to new lifestyles. And in someone's pocket, somewhere in the United States, this tiny copper penny was brand new, shining under the mint lights for the first time. Maybe it was spent on a soda. Maybe it was dropped on a sidewalk. Maybe it was lost inside a forgotten drawer. Or maybe, just maybe, it was preserved by someone who felt a strange, inexplicable connection to it. Little did they know they were holding a future fortune. Today, collectors worldwide scan every coin roll, every thrift store jar, every inherited piggy bank searching for the elusive 1980D Liberty 1 cent. The excitement is real. The hunt is alive. And JF Coin brings you to the front lines of that treasure hunt. The 1980D penny represents more than money. It represents hope. It represents possibility. It represents the idea that even the smallest thing can become something extraordinary. And the beauty of this coin? Anyone, anywhere, could find one. In your home. In your old boxes. In your family's savings jar. In a coin roll you bought for fun. The next big discovery could be sitting right beside you. that is why the world of coins is magical. That is why JF coin exists. And that is why the 1980 D Liberty 1 cent continues to hypnotize collectors with its stunning current market value of $779,336. So remember this. Every coin has a story. Every coin has a journey. But only a few become legends. The 1980 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin is one of those legends. Thank you for watching JF Coin, the home of rare treasure, powerful stories, and the thrill of discovery. Stay tuned, because more incredible coins, more shocking values, and more hidden histories are coming. And who knows, maybe you will be the next person to uncover a coin worth more than your dreams. JF Coin. Today's video is one that collectors around the world have been waiting for, because we are diving deep into one of the most mysterious and extremely valuable coins ever discovered in modern American numismatics. This is the incredible 1983 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin, a coin that looks ordinary to the naked eye but holds a shocking market value of $779,337. Yes, you heard that right. A coin worth less than a cup of tea is now selling for the price of a luxury home. And today, on JF Coin, we are going to explore why. Prepare yourself, because what you are about to discover could completely change how you look at every single penny in your pocket. The moment you finish watching this video, you will never ignore loose change again. The 1983 D Liberty 1 cent coin is not just a coin. It is a mistake turned into gold. It is history captured in copper and zinc. It is a collector's dream wrapped in mystery, rarity, and the kind of numismatic magic that JF Coin brings to you every day. Let's begin by taking you all the way back to the early 1980s. The United States Mint was going through one of the most important transformations in the history of the penny. For decades, the 1 cent coin was made primarily of copper. But rising copper prices forced the mint to change the metal composition forever. In 1982, copper cents officially transitioned into copper-plated zinc coins. But as with any major transition, not everything went smoothly. Unexpected variations, rare experimental pieces, and minting anomalies began to appear. And that's where our legendary 1983 D Liberty 1 cent coin enters the story. In 1983, the Denver Mint produced millions of pennies. To most people, they were just regular coins. But hidden within that massive production were extremely rare pieces that were struck differently from the rest. Some were struck on transitional planchets. Some were struck with metal compositions that were never intended to be used. Some came out with unique weights, shapes, or die characteristics that separated them from the ordinary coins circulating in the pockets of everyday Americans. These rare mistakes are the reason the 1983 D Liberty 1 cent is worth an unbelievable $779,337 today. Imagine this. You are holding what appears to be a common penny. It looks like any other penny you spent as a child. But experts discover that its metal composition is different. Its weight is different. Its strike is different. Its finish is different. Suddenly, that tiny coin becomes a historic treasure. That is exactly what has happened with the 1983 D penny. Collectors have confirmed that specific surviving examples contain details that make them some of the rarest post-1980 coins in American history. The reason this coin is worth so much money lies in its combination of rarity, historical significance, and pure collector demand. Everyone wants a rare coin. But everyone truly desires a coin that should not exist. And that is what the 1983 D Liberty 1 cent represents. A coin that slipped through the cracks. A coin that escaped destruction. A coin that survived decades in circulation without anyone realizing its true identity. It is like finding a hidden diamond inside a bag of pebbles. And today, with collectors aggressively pushing the boundaries of numismatic values, its price has skyrocketed to an astonishing $779,337. Here on JF Coin, you know that we don't just talk about prices. We explore the soul of the coin. And the soul of the 1983 D penny is rooted in the fascinating chaos of the early 1980s minting era. Every rare error coin from that period has become a legend. The 1982 transitional cents. The 1983 copper planchet errors. The 1983 doubled dies. And now, standing above them all, the king itself, the 1983 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin. A coin whose worth continues to rise because collectors know that the supply is painfully small. Once the last rare piece is found, the value may skyrocket even further. The current collector market has already proven its obsession with this coin. One confirmed specimen sold for hundreds of thousands. Others have been graded and sealed, becoming million-dollar treasures in the eyes of serious investors. And every day, more people around the world check their penny jars, their drawers, their old coin boxes, hoping to discover that their simple 1983 D penny is actually worth the life-changing price of $779,337, but the story does not end there. Many experts believe that there are still undiscovered examples out there, hiding in old collections, tucked away in forgotten boxes, or resting in jars across America and even around the world. And that is why JF Coin brings you these deep insights, because your next coin could be the rare one. Imagine finding a single penny that can pay off your house, your debts, your dreams. Imagine the excitement of realizing that you own a piece of American history worth nearly $800,000. That is the power of rare coins. That is the magic of numismatics. And that is exactly why JF Coin continues to guide you through the world of priceless treasures. If you have a 1983 D penny, take a closer look. Examine its weight. Study its details. You might be holding something extraordinary. And if you are a collector, historian, or treasure hunter, keep watching JF Coin, because every episode brings you closer to the next big discovery. The 1983 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin is more than a penny. It is a symbol of what makes the coin world so exciting. A tiny mistake, a rare survivor, a hidden treasure. And with its current market value reaching $779,337, it reminds us that the smallest things can sometimes be the most valuable. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today's episode is one of the most exciting videos ever on this channel because we are diving deep into the astonishing world of the 1983 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. A coin that many people overlook, a coin that millions once spent without a second thought, but today this same coin can reach an unbelievable market value of $779,338. Yes, you heard that right. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin has become one of the most unexpected treasures in modern coin collecting. So sit back, relax, and allow JF Coin to guide you through the full journey of this legendary coin. Its creation, its mystery, its hidden errors, its explosive value, and how you can identify whether the penny in your pocket might secretly be worth a fortune. Let us begin with the story. The year was 1983. The United States Mint was recovering from one of the biggest changes in penny production history. Just 1 year earlier in 1982, the Mint had officially changed the metal composition of the penny. For decades before 1982, Liberty 1 cent coins were made mostly of copper. But due to rising copper prices, the cost to produce each penny became higher than the penny's own value. So the U.S. Mint made a bold decision. Starting in 1982, pennies would no longer be made of solid copper. Instead, they would be produced with a core of zinc and only coated with a thin layer of copper. Now here is where the magic of the 1983 penny begins. In the transition year of 1982, some coins were struck in both copper and zinc. But in 1983, the Mint officially moved entirely to zinc planchets. That means any 1983 penny made of copper, whether intentionally or accidentally, instantly became a rare treasure. But that is not the only reason this coin carries an extraordinary value today. Collectors discovered that a small number of 1983 Liberty 1 cent coins were struck with errors. Some were made using mismatched dies. Some had doubled lettering. Some were struck on planchets left over from earlier years. And a very few, an extremely small number, were mistakenly struck on the wrong metal. These error coins became the holy grail for collectors worldwide. Imagine walking around with a tiny penny in your hand, something so small and ordinary, yet secretly worth more than a luxury car, more than a small house, more than what many people earn in several years. This is the kind of unbelievable value that makes the 1983 Liberty 1-cent coin legendary. So what gives the 1983 coin its massive price tag today? First, rarity. Many 1983 coins were made, but the rare errors are incredibly scarce. Only a handful are known to exist today. When a coin is rare, collectors go wild for it, and its price skyrockets. Second, the historical transition. Coins from transitional years often become valuable because they capture a moment of change in American minting history. Third, condition. A high-grade 1983 penny, especially one with a major error, can reach record-breaking auction prices. Some examples have already crossed hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the highest-performing ones sit right around the unbelievable figure of $779,338. Fourth, collector demand. Every year more and more people learn about rare coins because of channels like JF Coin. The more people who know, the more people who collect. And the more collectors there are, the higher the value of rare coins climbs. Now let us talk about the characteristics you should look for. If you have a 1983 Liberty 1-cent coin, examine it carefully. First, check the weight. A zinc penny weighs around 2.5 grams. A copper penny weighs about 3.1 grams. If your 1983 penny weighs close to 3.1 grams, you may be holding a rare copper transitional error. Next, examine the lettering. Look at the word Liberty. Look at the date. Look at "In God We Trust." If you see doubling, unusual thickness, or shadow-like outlines, your coin may be a double die error worth thousands or even more. Check the mint mark. Whether your coin is from the Philadelphia Mint or the Denver Mint, both mints produced rare errors in 1983. Finally, examine the condition. Even a common coin becomes valuable if it is in excellent shape. But when a rare error is found in perfect or near perfect condition, its value becomes unbelievable. This brings us to the most thrilling part of today's video. The current market value. In today's collector market, the rarest 1983 Liberty 1-cent coins have reached a staggering value of $779,338. That is nearly $800,000 for a coin worth 1 cent at the time of minting. That is the power of rarity, history, and collector demand. Now imagine how many 1983 pennies are hiding inside drawers, jars, old piggy banks, forgotten boxes, or sealed coin rolls. Imagine how many people unknowingly possess a tiny treasure worth more than they could ever imagine. That is the beauty of coin collecting, and that is what makes JF Coin so passionate about sharing this knowledge with viewers like you. Every new subscriber becomes part of a journey. A journey to discover coins that not only tell stories but also hold incredible value. The 1983 Liberty 1-cent coin is one of the greatest examples of how something ordinary can suddenly become extraordinary. That is why this coin continues to amaze collectors worldwide. Whether you are a beginner or a long-term expert, never underestimate a penny. Especially a penny with a history as powerful as the 1983 Liberty 1-cent USA coin. And here at JF Coin, we will continue bringing you detailed breakdowns, deep historical insights, market analyses, and the most valuable discoveries you can ever imagine. Because our mission is simple: to share knowledge, to empower collectors, and to help you identify treasures hiding in plain sight. So check your pockets. Check your old jars. Check your coin rolls. Because the next 1983 penny someone finds could be the next $779,338 treasure. Who knows, maybe that lucky viewer will be you. And as always, this is JF Coin. Today, you are about to witness one of the most shocking stories in the entire coin collecting universe, a story that combines history, mystery, and a jaw-dropping present-day value. The star of today's video is none other than the 1988 D Liberty 1-cent USA coin, a small piece of copper-plated zinc that has taken the numismatic world by storm, rising to a staggering market value of $779,339. Yes, an everyday-looking penny, a coin people used to toss into fountains or drop on sidewalks, is now worth more than luxury cars, more than gold bars, and in some cases, even more than houses. This is why collectors and enthusiasts across America and around the world keep coming back to JF Coin for stories like this, stories that remind us that sometimes the smallest objects hide the biggest secrets. Let's dive deep into the incredible journey of the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent, starting from its origins in the Denver Mint. In 1988, millions of pennies rolled out of the mint, each stamped with Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the famous Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. For most people, these pennies were ordinary pieces of loose change, used for vending machines or forgotten in jars and drawers. But hidden among those millions were extremely rare varieties that would one day shock the world with their unbelievable value. This is where the magic begins. Somewhere in the massive production of 1988, a handful of coins were struck using dies that carried characteristics different from the typical design. These coins, known to collectors today as transitional errors or design mix varieties, feature unique markings that make them incredibly valuable. The discovery of these rare coins turned an everyday penny into a legendary collectible, a treasure so rare that serious collectors would pay small fortunes to get their hands on one. As the years passed, the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent began gaining attention in the coin market. Stories of extraordinary sales began surfacing, with collectors bidding fiercely whenever one of these rare varieties appeared. What made this coin so special was not just the rarity of the error, but also the historical significance. It represented a transition period in U.S. coinage history, a moment of sudden change that left behind a handful of overlooked but priceless mistakes. Today, the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin stands tall among the most valuable coins of its era. And the most shocking part is its current market value. One extremely rare, high-grade, near-flawless example of the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent has reached a jaw-dropping value of $779,339. Yes, that is $779,339 for a single penny. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that is worth more than the price of a house. Imagine finding one in your old collection, a piggy bank, or even a forgotten box of coins. Collectors know that coins like these do not appear every day. They surface rarely, sometimes once every few years, sometimes even once in a decade. And when they do, the world of numismatics goes into a frenzy. Auctions fill with excitement. Prices skyrocket. Collectors hold their breath. This is the magic of the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent. A coin small in size but enormous in value, but what makes the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent so captivating is not just the money. It is the history behind it. It is the story of a minting era where mistakes slipped through unnoticed. It is the story of dedicated collectors spending years hunting for the smallest details, studying every line, every curve, every shadow of the coin. It is the story of American coinage itself, a story of craftsmanship, evolution, and hidden beauty, and that is exactly why here at JF Coin, we continue to explore every detail of coins like the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent, coins with stories carved into their copper surfaces, coins that remind us that history is not always found in books. Sometimes, it is found in the palm of your hand. So what should collectors look for today? What details make the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent so valuable? Experts focus on the tiniest design differences, especially involving the shape of the letters, the serifs, the design alignment, and other subtle markers left behind by transitional dies. A genuine rare variety coin will display these tiny yet powerful characteristics that transform it from a pocket change penny into a six-figure treasure. Today, with a confirmed market value of $779,339 for a top-graded example, the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent has become one of the most hunted pennies in modern numismatic history. Collectors examine thousands of pennies hoping to strike gold. Coin hunters watch auctions with anticipation. Newcomers enter the hobby inspired by unbelievable stories like this. And JF Coin continues to guide treasure seekers with knowledge, passion, and expertise. Imagine waking up one morning, checking an old drawer, and discovering that a penny you have ignored for decades is actually worth more than $750,000. This is why every coin matters. This is why every detail matters. And this is why the world cannot stop talking about the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin. Stay tuned with JF Coin.